This is the WJTS News. In the news tonight, updated COVID-19 numbers as of Sunday, hit and run in Jasper, and an intoxicated driver causes crash. Also, Kurt Guxell will be in with sports. All this and more coming up on WJTS TV News. Good evening. I'm Jenna Schaffer with the news. A hit and run put a Jasper man behind bars over the weekend. Police responded to reports of a white Pontiac Grand Prix hitting two vehicles before leaving the scene early Saturday morning. The vehicle was found a short time later in a parking lot on 14th and Dewey, with the driver, identified as 33-year-old Tori Houchin of Jasper, passed out in the driver's seat. Houchin was taken to Memorial Hospital, where his blood alcohol content tested at 0.178%. Houchin was booked into the Dubois County Security Center and charged with an OWI over 0.15 OWI endangerment and leaving the scene of an accident. An intoxicated driver caused a two-vehicle accident in Jasper late last week. 52-year-old David Davis of Washington backed his 2009 Ford Escape into the 2008 Toyota Prius of 66-year-old Constance Hull of Dubois at Rural King on Friday night. Davis showed signs of being under the influence, but refused a chemical test at Memorial Hospital. Davis was booked into the Dubois County Security Center and charged with a felony count of operating while intoxicated prior and misdemeanor counts of operating while intoxicated, refusal, and possession of marijuana prior. Davis's Escape received about $700 in damages, while Hall's Prius suffered $1,500. The Dubois County Health Department confirmed 2 additional COVID-19 cases over the weekend. Now, this is as of Sunday afternoon. The county has 251 positive cases and 6 deaths. Local health officials are working closely with the Indiana State Department of Health to ensure that close contacts of the patients are identified and monitored. Everyone who may have been exposed are being notified so that proper infection control procedures can be followed. As of these 251 positive cases, 196 have recovered as of Sunday afternoon. Now, this means that they are out of isolation and are reporting as feeling well. And as always, remember to practice social distancing, wear a cloth face mask whenever out in public, and wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Indiana's unemployment rate has decreased significantly over the past month. The rate dropped to 12.3% for May, which is lower than the national rate of 13.3%. Indiana's labor force had a net increase of 110,780 over the previous month. This was a result of a decrease of 156,903 unemployed residents and an increase of 267,683 employed residents. Indiana's total labor force, which includes both Hoosiers employed and those seeking employment, stands at 3.33 million. The state's 63.2% labor force participation rate is above the national rate of 60.8%. Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center recently received an award for patient care. HealthGrade's 2020 Outstanding Patient Excellence Award recognizes hospitals nationwide for patient experience. This is the 13th time in a row that Memorial Hospital has been included in the top 5% in the nation. HealthGrade's evaluated 3,346 hospitals that submitted at least 100 patient experience surveys to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid services, covering admissions from April 2018 through March 2019 to identify hospital performance. Of those hospitals evaluated, 424 hospitals outperformed their peers based on their patients' responses to achieve this distinction. Healthgrades evaluated hospital performance by applying a scoring methodology to 10 patient experience measures, using data collected from a 29-question experience survey from the hospital's own patients. The survey questions focus on patients' perspectives of their care in the hospital. The topics of these questions ranged from cleanliness and noise levels in patient rooms to physician and nurse communication. The measures also include whether a patient would recommend the hospital to friends or family. Get your raffle tickets ready. The Ferdinand Hyneman Fest is holding its annual raffle drawing on Friday, July 21st. Tickets will be sold up until the day of the drawing. If you currently have tickets, you can mail them to P.O. Box 133. If you would like to purchase tickets or have any questions, please contact Sue Fink at 812-630-2839 or Neil Wire at 812-661-2711. All tickets must be received by July 31st in order to be entered in the drawing. Winners will be notified after the drawing takes place. The TriCounty YMCA in Ferdinand is breaking ground for a major expansion next week. The facility is expanding by 11,000 square feet to better service its members and program participants. The TriCounty YMCA serves all residents in Dubois, Spencer, and Perry counties. The groundbreaking and the facility's annual meeting takes place on Monday, June 26th at 6 p.m. at the YMCA at 131 East 16th Street in Ferdinand. Indiana University is planning to review the names and structures across its 9-campus system. This comes after the school decided to rename an intramural center that once honored a segregationist after its first black basketball player. IU President Michael McRobbie announced the planned review last week after the school's trustees unanimously approved a resolution to name the Bloomington campus's intramural center after Bill Garrett, who broke the color barrier in Big Ten basketball when he made his varsity debut in 1948. He said the school's naming committee will review all named buildings and structures on IU campuses to determine if they should remain. A new law goes into effect on July 1st. Here's State Senator Mark Messmer with the story.
On July 1st, House Enrolled Act 1070 will go into effect, requiring Hoosiers to use hands-free or voice-operated technology if using a cell phone while driving. While Indiana already has a ban on texting while driving, House Enrolled Act 1070 is aimed at reducing the number of distracted drivers on our roadways, especially among Hoosier teens. In 2018, approximately 50,000 crashes in the nation involved the use of a cell phone, and according to the American Automobile Association, 21% of teen drivers involved in a fatal accident were using their cell phone at the time of the accident. In addition, it's often difficult for police officers to enforce the current no texting law when some people are browsing social media and other apps while driving. The average person in 2020 uses many more apps on their phone than they did in 2011, when Indiana originally outlawed texting behind the wheel. This update will make it easier for police to enforce the law and encourage drivers to put down their phones. In Indiana alone, there are more than 1,200 collisions each year where a cell phone or other electronic device was a factor, resulting in 40 deaths annually. These accidents are especially tragic because they could have easily been avoided. Hoosiers that don't have a Bluetooth-equipped vehicle can still answer their calls and use their GPS by using a mounted phone stand on their dash. Even keeping the phone in a cup holder will be legal, as long as you're not holding it physically in your hand. However, if you're driving and need to make an emergency call to 911, this law does allow you to do that. 21 other states, as well as Washington, D.C., have passed laws similar to House Enrolled Act 1070, which has resulted in fewer crashes and deaths caused by cell phone distraction. This is a good time for each of us to evaluate our own behavior and encourage others to put down their phones when driving. Don't look at Facebook notifications. Put the address into your navigation app before you leave. Wait until you're parked to grab the phone resting on the passenger seat. Even short glances away from the road distracts us, putting others and ourselves in harm's way. Together, we can work to eliminate those easily avoidable accidents and safely get to our destination.
Thank you, Senator. As always, feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with your questions and concerns at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or call 800-382-9467. Now we'll take a look at your weather forecast when we come back on 18 WJTS.